hello. If you're catching this on replay, welcome to replay. I wanted to come on and scope quick and just say thanks to Periscope for the amazing year 1. It's been quite the year, quite the inspirational year. Those of you that follow me on the regular know that I'm a meditator and an intuitive healer and a psychic medium. And my daily meditations have led to significant healing, not just for myself, but for many, many others. Hi, Diane. See the beautiful birthday cupcakes? So I wanted to take a few minutes to talk with Kerry before we go into a show tonight, actually, and have all of you get to meet her. Oh, look, Valerie's here. Hey, Valerie. All of you get to meet her, and we'll just kind of do a little Q&A so that you can understand what she does and how she's been such an inspiration for me and an amazing friend and person. And here we go. Hi. So this is Kerry.
I'm sure you're not too close.
I'm not too close. I
hey,
see like
scopers.
Waist up. So Kerry, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, my business is Simply Kerry, and I'm a life coach and motivator. I help people reconnect with who they truly are, and I help them peel away layers so they can live a life without limits and without fear, and just really step into that joy again. And why I do this is because I have transcended loss and depression and anxiety and all of those things myself. So I was in probably a 15-year battle with depression. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't until I lost my father to pancreatic cancer that I kind of decided to look at life a little bit differently. So my dad was a general surgeon, and when he retired, he was one of the most respected surgeons in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And when he retired, he 3 months later got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, a cancer he actually saved people from. And so they gave him his death sentence, and he embraced it. And he was like, well, here it is. And he looked at me when he got the diagnosis, and he said, Kerry, I have no regrets. I've lived a great life, and everything's okay. And I remember that day, I was just like, I want to be able to say that to my kids. And at that time, I was taking probably 6 different medications. Mm-hmm. And he was doing his chemo, and we were both taking medicine to live. And he wanted to, and I didn't. And that's where one day, December 6th was, 2011 was my D-Day, as I called it. It was the day that I decided I was just going to change my life. And my dad had called me, and he said, hey, there's new snow. Do you want to go skiing with me? And I'm like,
yeah, she is amazing.
I'll go skiing with you. Sure, I'll go skiing. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go get chemo, and then I'll come and pick you up. And so I'm on the phone with him, and I have all these pills in my hand, and I was like, what the? And so I hung up, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done. So after 15 years of I've done many, many, many therapies and therapists and doctors and amazing things. I went back to basics, and I found I connected spiritually. I went back to fueling my body, moving my body, believing in something higher than myself. And I documented this whole thing, and I created a signature method, and now I do this transformation life coaching course. And that's what I do now.
Amazing.
With my husband, who is a psychotherapist. We did not meet in therapy, by the way.
No, long before.
Yeah.
Yes, she is amazing. I know.
Oh, thank you. Is that Val talking?
No, it's my cousin, actually.
Oh, thank you.
So, Kerry, tell us a little bit about that signature method that you created.
So, there's the course is 8 weeks. Each week focuses on a different lesson or a different something. And that something was, what I did is I picked all of the greatest and best things from my transformational process, the things that really made a difference for myself. And then, you remember in high school and you had like Cliff Notes?
Yes.
Okay, consider this class the Cliff Notes version of a 15-year journey of mine. So I like things fast, I like things simple, but then along my journey, I developed a technique to help rewire the brain. And so now it's we're doing a lot of studies on it, and it's getting down to the root source. So basically, if you think about, we were all born into the world bundles of joy. We came here whole and complete, and as life happened, we got disconnected from that, various events, traumas, and we basically learned feelings like fear, shame, guilt, anger, frustration, sadness.
Right.
So when we find ourselves in those emotions, we know that we learned them along the way. So what we have to do is we have to identify when we're getting triggered, and then peel away, find the source, heal that, and then reconnect. So the signature method that I developed requires a technique of using dominant, non-dominant hand, but then also there's a formula of questions that basically at any time when you find yourself out of character, out of balance, you can go through this and get back into balance.
That's awesome.
So what the transformation class does is, yes, you reconnect with who you really are, but then you have this toolbox with you that at any time, what we do is we talk about the bounce back time. So you're going to fall out of balance. No, like, you're gonna get triggered all the time. I got triggered at Target with my husband today, and then
so did Jason, by the way.
Oh my God!
He was like, that was horrible.
It was horrible, and I didn't eat. And so you have to know these things about yourself and know that things are gonna happen. Shit's gonna fall apart, and life is going to fall apart, and it's gonna come back together. But we get to decide how it's going to come back together.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, what would you consider your ideal client? Me.
You. Yeah, here's my thing. You know what I like? And it's so funny because I always say, like, I love to get my hands on that person and that person. And I love creative visionaries, artists, people that feel like they have something, they have a purpose or something bigger to do in the world, because a lot of times they do. If you feel that way, you definitely do. We all have some sort of purpose, but I think in our society, and I was as one of them, is that we get stuck. The creatives get put in a box, and so those, in terms of ideal client, that would probably be my most ideal, is somebody that feels like they have a bigger purpose in the world, because what I want to do is really help people like you, Jill, get your message to the world. We need more healers, we need more light workers, and we need more creatives in the world.
So when you're going to take on a client like you took on me, and I submitted
your assessment,
my assessment, and then we all do these assessments. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys, this is like the last thing I wanted to do was take this class, and I thought I got all my shit together. I'm like, I'm good, I'm really golden, I got things going. What Kerry did for me is she allowed me, I'll talk so not so close, is she gave me the confidence to move forward and be seen, because it's so common for us healers as light workers to not want to be seen and show our face and be public, and really brought me out of that, helped me process why it is that I was hiding from that, and brought me really forward into the world, which is why I wanted to talk about her today on Periscope's first birthday. It is awesome, Brittany. On Periscope's first birthday, to really honor Kerry and what she's done for me and helping me come out and step into my light and do the work that I do, which is so impactful. And so talking to her. And I'm going to switch it back around, and I'm going to keep asking Kerry questions.
In terms of, we'll talk about your assessment. It was so funny because I think you guys had a more private class, so you had about 6 people in your class, and I think your assessment was the last one I got to, and I got it, and I'm like, yes! And I was so excited because I'm like, oh, totally soul connection right there. And but it was funny because for those of you that follow on Periscope, I don't think they know how much you were hiding before. No. And I hope that you do share that with them before, because, well, Jill does have a day job, and if those of you who follow, her gift needs to be out in the world, and she's healing so many people, and it's been so cool for the both of us now, because now we can collaborate and work together. For any of you guys that are healers, something that happens, and I think Jill can go back to her after this, is what we have to honor as spiritual beings and healers is that we have to honor the science and the human side of ourselves. So we can hand it over to God, or we can meditate, and we can do all these things, but there's a part of the brain that remembers the traumas and the events, and so that's protecting us in our life. And so we have to honor that side of us, and we have to go back and do the healing ourselves, because if we don't go and look at our past and turn wounds into wisdom and turn pain into positives, then what will happen is that you're not bringing your best version of yourself for your clients, and you're not stepping out into the world. So until you heal that, or other people heal this, you won't feel like you can do that.
Yeah, my cousin Brittany's on here. She's like, that's what's pretty hard. It is really hard. And what's really fascinating is a lot of people come to Kerry's class, just from my experience as a student, and not really understanding what their gifts are. I'm like, well, I don't really have any gifts. I'm just really sad. I don't want to be sad anymore. I mean, what would you say to that, Kerry?
So, well, there's a lot of ways that we lose sight of our gifts. Here's an example, and it doesn't always have to be bad experiences. Sometimes when we're really good at something, when we're younger, we get attention, and we don't like that attention. So I was a very gifted writer, so I would write poetry, and I wrote in the newspaper. And
my show's tomorrow night. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Your show?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that. But if you're really talented at something, and then you get attention from teachers or parents, and then the kids make fun of you in high school, you're going to stop using those gifts, which is what I did. I stopped writing when I was in like 16, 17 years old. Or if you have a bad experience at something, if you're a really good athlete and then you miss like the game-winning shot, and then that trauma stays with you, so you're like, I'm not going to go try anything again. So, and then we go, what do? We follow society's protocols. It's like, go to school, get married, have kids, buy the house, and then all of a sudden we get to this point where we're like, where the hell am I? Who am I? What am I? And we completely lose sight. So what I help people do is reconnect with those things that brought us joy. And sometimes it's exploration. The things that we found fun when we were little may look differently now.
Do you want to take some questions?
Sure, I'd love to.
Would you guys like to ask Kerry some questions? Or ask me some questions? I had a couple of people come on like, when's your show?
As you should probably tell people your results since you've started, actually. Are you back on you now?
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm not back on
go back on you.
On me. So things that I have done since taking Kerry's class. Kerry insisted that I start working out of her office and seeing my clients, because I was only seeing my clients in my home. So I was very hesitant about that. She basically forces it on you. She's like, no, I think this is what you're going to do. You love all the monkeys. Awesome. So I started taking clients out of her office. That I could hardly keep up with it. It was amazing. I'm like, what is happening in my life? And then I kept telling her, I just feel like I need to do some sort of group meditation. I need group meditation. And then I found Periscope. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect outlet. I'll just do a daily meditation. Besides, you're Superman. That's fantastic, Architect Summon. I'm glad that you are Superman. So after that, I ended up... After that, I moved into my own office and partnered up with a very dear friend of mine. And now we're moving into an even larger office where we can, we have each our own offices, and then we're holding space to take classes. So in addition to that, doing daily meditation on Periscope since October.
You went to LA?
I went to San Francisco. I went to Periscope Summit in San Francisco. I had no idea why I was doing it. Have grown my business exponentially, have really been seen on Periscope, have decided to change my business name from Find Your Key to actually using my full name, which is a very big deal. I actually decided that 2 days ago. So lots of really, really big things for me, stepping out and just doing the work and really removing the fear. I mean, that's really what Kerry's class did for me, was to remove the fear. So I love her dearly. She has been absolute inspiration for me for this past year. And so on Periscope's 1-year birthday, I really wanted to show her off. It is awesome, and talk about how amazing she is now. And then on top of that, to be seen further, I have agreed to do a show on Love in Action TV, which will demonstrate my mediumship skills through Periscope. So I get to continue that outreach and help heal that grief for people that have lost loved ones and connecting from the other side. That show actually starts tomorrow, the first show.
So you started my one-on-one class in September, correct?
July.
So how many months was that?
That's 9 months.
So in 9 months, you have gone from sitting behind your desk well, you're still there, but not for long, I think.
Yeah.
To having 2 physical offices.
Yes, and a third coming up.
How many followers do you have on Periscope?
15.
TV show, and you have a website that we're currently working on.
Yep.
And you are changing your business name to your name. So that's some pretty awesome results. And
yep.
Good
Good stuff.
Many people.
Good stuff. There's Carrie. My show is going to be 9 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. You can be our producer. 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Outside of that times, outside of Central Time, Eastern, Pacific, Mountain, I have no idea. I know, I can't wait either. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for the launch. Love in Action TV just launched this week. So Sunday will be its 7th day. It's been an amazing, amazing go around. I would have broadcast this on that channel, but Max is actually scoping, so I didn't want to go over Max Ryan coach, amazing intuitive and healer and coach himself. He's great. He asked me to do Love in Action TV. It was just another thing that's just stepping forward, and as we continue to do our work and step in our light, then we can continue to do what we need to do and inspire others. So I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm so grateful that Carrie came on to do this.
Yeah, tell them that the class is enrolling.
And then Carrie's class is actually enrolling right now. So if you are interested in meeting this beautiful lady,
hi,
and growing and expanding your own life and moving out of fear, you can find her at simplykerry.com or on Facebook.
And if you are a Jill, if you came from this broadcast and you sign up, I will tell me that you came from Jill's Periscope, and I'll give you our Date the Mate Challenge, which is really awesome, and then the study break session. So that's $250, and the Date the Mate Challenge is 12 awesome dates if you want to connect with your spouse or significant other, and that's another $50.
Awesome. So replay viewers, thanks for catching the replay. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Much love. Someday early, I was sitting with my cat and we was talking about you.
I love it.
That's Superman.
Superman.
Love you too. Take care, you guys. We'll see you soon.